indicated that dinner would be ready shortly, and went to leave you guys in the sitting room while you waited for the call for dinner to be served. So that is where we left off last. You guys are sitting in the waiting room for him after he's left.
Oh, mm, nice place, I guess.
Yeah, I might visit
I'm going.
if he wasn't employing us.
What do the walls and stuff look like? Is it like bookshelves or like items or?
In the sitting room here, there's most of the wall. Well, there's several pieces of art on the wall that are kind of spaced out in a tasteful manner. There are some end tables and a coffee table in the middle. There are a few books that are situated around the room for perusing, but not really a whole lot of bookshelves in here. Most of it's just decor.
I'm just gonna like get up and just slowly walk around and look at the stuff.
Okay, yeah, the art that he has in here is pretty well done. A lot of it is landscape or um, depictions of events. You'll see one that like a ship rolling across a tumultuous ocean, um, golden fields with mountains in the background. There is a family portrait, although you don't notice um, him necessarily. You don't notice an adult version of him in the picture, but yeah, uh, nice stuff in here overall. Um,
I walk up to one of the paintings and just look at it and go, stroking my chin like I'm paying attention to it. I don't really
yeah,
care, but
sure. You're enlightened, right?
yes.
Yeah. Okay, got it.
uh, I was thinking more along the lines. Does anybody have a magic marker?
I'm gonna stay seated so as not to alarm anyone.
Fair enough.
Uh, I'm going to down my beverage.
Yep. Okay. All right. Anything anybody wishes to do while you guys are waiting, or are you just waiting for the call at this point?
Yeah, pretty much just. Yeah, I'm just kind of
Okay.
walking around looking
Okay.
until we're ready.
Yep. So if you guys are sitting there waiting, basically, it takes about 15 minutes or so, and then the head butler comes into the room and stops and says, "Dinner is prepared. If you would like to follow me to the dining room."
At that point, I'll rise
All right.
and follow him.
So everybody following in line.
Yep.
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right.
Yep.
So he will lead you to a dining room where at one end there is a large fireplace, currently devoid of a fire, but there are lamps, oil lamps, situated around the room. In the middle, there is a not necessarily a chandelier, but a series of oil lamps hanging from the center. Um, Again, nothing ostentatious or exuberant or exorbitant in its appearance, but all very tastefully done. Um, table sit table is sitting there that looks like it could seat a fair number of people. You would assume potentially up to 20. Um, there are currently 6 chairs that are seated there. None of them at the head of the table, interestingly enough, but they are kind of just situated down towards one end of the table. So, and there are does appear to be some breads that have been situated on the table. There's a couple of pitchers as well as goblets that have been placed in front of each of the chairs as well. And Pierce comes in as you guys are coming in. He says, please, choose your chair.
I
Oh.
will set up as close to the head of the table as possible.
Okay.
I'll sit next to Rowan wherever that is.
Yeah, great. I was gonna say I'm gonna sit next to Kerr wherever he sits.
I'll grab one of the table or one of the chairs at the end, away from everybody.
Me and Kerr are gonna sit in the middle.
Okay.
Okay. So you have 6 chairs that are seated, 3 on each side, near one of
so
kind of like the ends of the tables.
we'll sit next to Lilith
Okay.
and fill that side.
So you two are on one side, Philip one side.
Yeah.
So, Rowan, are you sitting in the middle or on the end of that particular segment?
The end.
Okay, so Kerr's in the middle. So, Rith, you're sitting across the table from Rowan.
Yep, that works.
All right, Kovac, where do you want
I guess I'll fill in next to
next
to
to
Rith.
Rith? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So Iglar will take the spot basically across from you, Lilith. And
I'll pat Kerr on the shoulder as he sits down and smile.
Are you standing on the chair?
Well, yeah.
I'm just gonna look at you strangely.
the butler will come up and we have an assortment of beverages available for you tonight. We have 2 different kinds of mead. We do have wine as well, and then 2 different flavors of just juice, if you prefer, and ale. What can I get for everybody?
Oh, I'm sitting there peeking over the top of the table like this.
Mhm.
I'll take wine.
Very well.
Ale.
Olive wine as well.
You said mead.
They have 2 different kinds of mead, and then ale, wine, and juices.
One of each mead.
Very well.
You know what? I'll go with the juice, so like everything's being drank.
Okay. Would you prefer pomegranate or mulberry?
Mulberry.
Very well. And I go say, I'll have the juniper berry mead. So Butler will say, very well. And he'll go off towards one of the cabinets over there, pull out some goblets, or pull out a couple of bottles, bring them over, and he'll bring an extra goblet for you, Rith, since you requested both. And he will pour them out. Pour one of the juniper berry meads also for Iglar. He brings over a pitcher and pours you a goblet full of juice, Rowan. And then you said ale for Kerr, right? So he will, the pitcher in the middle of the table, he will just pick that up that was sitting there and pour an ale for you from that. And he'll look at you and say, if you require a refill of the pitcher, please let me know. Otherwise, help yourself to any refills. And he will pour a glass of wine for each of Lady Lilith and Kovac. He'll say, the first entree that we have tonight is either a vegetable or beef pottage, made with carrots, potatoes, onions, and a special delicacy tonight, underdark mushrooms. So they tend to have a more smoky, spicy flavor to them. If you have a preference on vegetable or beef,
Beef.
Very well.
Beef as
Beef
well.
for me.
Beef. Beef for
Beef.
Kovac. Okay.
Yep.
He'll look at Kerr.
I would like to try the vegetable.
Very well. And I go say, I'll try the vegetable as well tonight. And he'll disappear into the kitchen area. He'll say, yes, the mushrooms are quite a delicacy around here. They come from a little ways northeast of here, a little dwarven town in the Mistledale, I believe is what they call it. Rith, you'll recognize the name of Mistledale because that's where you and your mentor were located as well. When they mention the Underdark mushrooms and he says the town to the northwest, you know exactly the place that he's talking about. So you're very familiar with these, in fact.
Good mushrooms.
Indeed. You've had them before.
Yes. I
Are you familiar with the area?
grew up in the
Oh.
area.
Very well, nice. It's an interesting place. I'll say that.
Good fight areas.
I'll take your word for that one. Mistledale is actually a little bit south of Cormanther Forest as well. It's on the southern border.
Okay.
So, an area you're familiar with as well, but so, yeah, okay. A few moments later, the butler will come back out, set the food down in front of you. It all smells delicious. So I go say, please dig in. If you would like any more, I can have additional brought out for you. If you would like second servings. We do have 2 other entrees coming after this as well, though. So, but please dig in.
Not to inconvenience, but these chairs are not made for someone of my size.
Of course, I'm sorry. I've been a poor host in that regard. I believe we do have something that should be able to elevate you, if you would like, or yes, the bell's in there. Oh, yes, my apologies, madam. I will fetch something for you.
It should be one of those things where you lock the kid in with the tray. That'll help.
They will come back out with basically like a wooden insert that goes into the chair that it kind of looks like one of those toddler seats that you just set there so that way the kid can sit up higher. It's just not plastic, so it is wooden. It just kind of sets into place and now you're.
Thank you.
Of course, my apologies.
That's disappointing.
So Iglar will dig into his food. And as he's eating, he'll look at you and says, I hope you don't find this offensive or too forward, but you're a very curious group. Just a collection of the most unusual types. How did you meet?
Well, Rowan and I met along the Sword Coast in our travels.
Quite the
Daggerford, I
interesting
believe
place.
it was, to be exact.
Daggerford, yes. familiar with the location. It's a nice stopover point towards Waterdeep. Been a bit since I've been there.
They had good drink in the area.
I hear they had great entertainment.
Well, that too. Yeah.
Indeed, yes. Travelers from all over go through there, so I would assume it's a a great place for someone to build their reputation.
You could say that again.
Mm-hmm.
And you just came towards Cormire eventually at some point. Quite the trek.
We wandered a bit together.
Quite a ways to wander.
Well, I'm used to a nomadic lifestyle, so it's not much for me. I don't know about Rowan though.
I mean nothing by it, simply an observation.
No, we just wanted to see the world.
There is quite a bit of it to see out there.
Yep.
And the other three of you, I mean, where did you meet here in Cormire then?
We all ran into each other in Weymouth.
Ah, yes. Quite the melting pot of individuals there.
That's true.
All kinds of sorts move through there, but and sorry, Rith, was it? You said you grew up in Mistledale?
Yes.
Did you grow up in the dwarven town or in one of the settlements nearby?
North.
North. In the forest?
No.
Oh. Huh. Quite
He
the
keeps eating.
okay. It's a quaint, quiet place up there.
It is.
So, just to clarify here for my friend Rith, he's not being short or stern or anything with you. Common just isn't his first language.
I take no offense.
All right.
People who adventure tend to do so for their own reasons. I don't judge them for that. That's if a man simply just doesn't, or woman doesn't wish to share about their past, that is indeed their choice. I would be a poor host if I didn't try to converse in some way.
Well, if you manage to pry anything out of everybody here, I wish you luck. I have attempted at least a few times.
But you still travel together, even though.
Yeah.
Well, I go where Rowan goes, and I'm really starting to think I should also go where Kovac and Rith go. And then I'm just kind of look down at Lilith.
Well, we make a good team, and I'll pat Kerr on the shoulder.
Take a big old swig.
Well, I seem to have accomplished your own fair amount while you've been here, so it must seem to work in some way.
Yes, we work well together. I think our different skills complement each other, and that's what has brought our success so far.
I can agree with that. Yeah.
I guess the other question I have for you here, and this isn't meant to dissuade or discourage you in any way, shape, or form, but I can appreciate the ambition, but oh, he'll kind of look towards you, Lilith, and say, why do you wish to work with the nobility or the, I guess, more well-to-do?
Well, being a lady myself, I know where that's where we can get the recognition I believe this team deserves. Um, and I know, in the circle of nobility that um, favors are traded here and there. And to be quite frank, that's where deals are made for money, trade, that sort of thing.
You are correct. I mean, favors and currency do change hands quite a bit in the upper circles. My only my only point of advice would just be cautious. They tend to expect a lot due to their station, and can be very critical. Uh, I mean, if you're looking for renown, then I mean, if performing jobs for them can certainly lead to that. Uh, Doing so amongst the common folk can earn you a fair amount as well. I've heard my fair share of stories shared at the local inns and the taverns of common heroes performing feats and heroic deeds for their fellow compatriots, spread like wildfire. So, um, just be cautious in your dealings.
Well, we appreciate your advice,
Of course.
and we will definitely take that into hand. Um,
So he will, if you guys just continue to eat there, he'll finish up his meal, and then as you guys are finishing up, they'll bring out a refill glasses, bring out some bread, as well as basically just kind of glasses of water for everybody to kind of chase everything away, cleanse the palate, and then they'll bring out the second course, which is roast pork, as well as sautéed mushrooms and vegetables, broccoli and barley pilaf, and then buttered cauliflower and caraway. So a lot of the foods that you guys go to the inns and taverns, and I mean this is pretty well above normal food that you guys see. And I mean, Rith, you smell the pork, and it is to die for. Like you're waiting to get your hands into this, and it's like roasted pork belly. So it's all kinds of fat sizzling on there and everything, and um, they set it in front of you, and you guys are free to devour your food there as well.
I will do my best to eat cordially.
Civilized like.
Yeah.
He's not using both hands, he's only using one.
Okay. Wait, where'd that go? Oh, I know where it is. I gotta check something real quick. Ooh. Yeah, okay. I don't have any. How hard are you trying to like really restrain yourself?
I mean, probably it's like 70% of it.
Okay.
Give us your take.
Just make like a general perception check a deception check for me. It's you're trying to act outside of your normal thing when it comes to food.
Ooh.
14. Okay. I mean he is trying really, really hard. And Pierce will kind of look at you and say, you feel no need to restrain yourself in my presence. I can always have people clean up if need be.
Reth will look at him, look back at the food. look at him.
And he'll motion, say, Feel
As
free
your
to dig
breath
in.
digs in.
Yep. And there's just like this it's a very genuine smile on his face, like let's see, who's proficient in insight?
I am, but I'm eating.
No, that's fine. Yeah. No.
Nope.
Anybody else?
Nope.
Okay. Rith, make an insight check. Even though you're eating, go for it. Okay. Watching you eat, you get this feeling, the way that he's kind of looking at you is just sparking a fond memory in him. He's not amused at your antics. It's just there's something that is heartwarming about it to a certain extent.
Okay.
So,
Well, I feel less bad now.
Yeah.
I didn't feel bad at the beginning anyways. But
no, I get you. I understand. So, but the food is fantastic. The same mushrooms that were in the stew are part of the sautéed mushrooms and vegetables as well. So it's all excellent food. Butler will come by and inquire if anybody needs any refills. He'll refill any drinks that you guys need. He'll just take he brings out, as he's inquiring about refills, and just sets down another pitcher in front of the other one and takes the tops off your goblet with the rest of the ale and just leaves a fresh pitcher for you, Kerr.
Thank you. And I'll empty the cup and refill it.
Very well. No problem.
Thought you were gonna
yeah,
empty the
Rick's
cup
gonna
into the
eat
pitcher.
like he's never eaten before.
Sure. And the bell looked down. Would you like any more of one of the dishes there?
Seconds.
Of all
All.
of it? Very well. And he will bring out he'll disappear into the kitchen, and he'll bring out 2 additional platters, 2 additional plates for you.
Good man.
My pleasure.
I'll eat it, and then when I'm done, I'm actually probably gonna give a nice belch.
It kind of echoes in the room a little bit. I mean,
I'll
ceilings
pat
are
my
kind of.
stomach. Ugh.
I go, oh, I hope you saved room for dessert as well.
Always.
Very well. So once everybody's done with their second course, they will parade out some desserts. They bring out these plum custard tarts, as well as baked cinnamon apples with cream, and then a honey cranberry bread pudding, as well as fresh plates for whoever wishes to dish up what they like. So
We get like a little bit of everything.
Okay. So Igar will take a couple of pieces for himself and say, oh, well, I'm good and stuffed now. Excellent food as always. He'll look towards his butler and say, please make sure that the chef knows his food was appreciated by all, I assume.
Yes, it was
Yes.
very good.
Yes.
By all.
Thank you.
If we have any of the pork left over, I believe our good friend Rith here would like to take it with him. Very well. If you wish to take any of the tarts with you, please feel free to take those as well. I appreciate you all coming by tonight. Wish you luck on the journey tomorrow. I will have the wagons loaded and ensure that it's known that they're traveling through Knowles Pass in case we have anyone relaying information.
Did he tell us where to meet at?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the thousand heads trading coster warehouse where they load stuff, which is he said about a couple 100 yards east of basically the Eastwatch Inn.
That's right. I remember now.
So he'll say, all right, well, what time should they expect you in the morning?
What time does a normal trade, like a normal time for them to leave out?
It depends. They'll have schedule them in waves to a certain extent, but anywhere from 8 to 10 a.m.
Would it be
8 sounds
possible?
good.
I was gonna say just a little bit later. I have a couple supplies I need to grab before we head out.
Oh,
I mean, unless eight's good. I don't know when the shop's open around here most of the time.
oh, most of them are open around that point. What by chance were you looking for?
I just need some components.
Okay. What would you need?
I need a leaf of sumac,
I
Okay.
could find that for you
a pearl worth at least 100 gold pieces.
on your own.
Okay.
I believe that's it.
Do you have 100 gold on you at the moment?
I do.
Very well.
Well, I have a mixture of stuff to make 100 gold.
Coin is coin. So say well, say Joffrey, would you mind go getting my case for me? Thank you. Just a moment. You said a leaf of sumac. Is that correct?
Yeah. I think that's
What spell is that for?
The flame blade.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I don't have a card for it. That's right.
Sorry.
I
So
think
I'm
it
not
was...
sure I can help you with the leaf,
Well,
although
if
it
not
seems
my my friend here can
your
help.
friend here would be able to help you out with that. But Joffrey will come back down a little bit later with like it's like a pack almost with a flip on top where it looks like a leather case that would be strapped onto someone's belt. He'll pull it open and just kind of rummage through it a little bit and say, yes, I believe this would work. And he will set it on the table.
Then I'll give him his 100 coins.
Okay.
Which is like 94 gold pieces, and then 60 silver would be 6 gold?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So there you are.
I appreciate it, sir.
Of course. Anything to help expedite your trip.
Okay, we can leave at 8 now. Wait, Lilith, can you get up that early?
It's kind of like a 9.
You can sleep on the road.
That's true. He has a point.
How far of a journey is it from the coster?
It's about 2 days.
Okay, we'll be fine. 8 o'clock it is.
Very well. Well, if is there anything else I can help you with before your journey?
I believe that's it for me.
Very well. Thank you again for taking the job and your attention, your expedient attention to this matter. I wish you luck and look forward to your safe return.
Well, thank you for this lovely meal. I think I can speak for all of us that we enjoyed it, and we've enjoyed your company tonight.
Well, it is not common that I get to, forgive the term, but act common. Normally, the people who come by here expect a certain level of showmanship, and it's nice to
This This I
relax.
understand quite well.
It's nice to relax.
Just
look at you.
need food.
Well, what'd you say?
Just need good food.
Well, I hope you enjoy the rest of that pork. It tasted quite well. But if it's something that you can enjoy after this point, I'm happy to let it leave with you.
I
So, does anybody wish to take the rest of the tarts?
No, but I'll empty the pitcher.
I'll definitely take one for the
Okay.
road.
Yeah, I'll take
All right.
like a tart, and then if there's any of the apples left as well.
Yeah.
I'll just take like a couple of the apples and a tart.
Okay. I'll say, well, thank you. I will probably retire for the evening myself. I probably ate more than my fill, but they do cook good food. So enjoy your evening. See you upon your return.
And a good night to you also, sir.
And Joffrey will come out and say, if you want to follow me, I will show you to the door.
I follow.
Is
Oh.
sorry, you.
No, I was just gonna say I follow him to the door.
All right.
Okay.
As everyone leaves, I do that like tacky waiter thing where I put everyone's leftover drinks into one glass and finish it off and head out the door.
Okay. So you guys are back out into the nighttime air. It's about 8 o'clock at this point. You guys were probably there for close to 2 hours with the food and the waiting time and whatnot. So it's about 8 in the evening at this point.
So I guess we head to bed.
Early morning in the morning.
Four people just go. Yeah, I mean,
Rit's gonna head to the pit.
Okay.
wait, are you telling
no.
us that, or are you just heading
Yeah,
off on your own?
head pit. Fight.
I'm gonna go just to watch now.
Okay.
I am going to follow.
Okay. Anybody else going?
No.
I'm gonna head back to the inn.
Okay.
There's on the map here. There's like a tiny little grove of trees behind it. The inn.
Yes.
That is where I'm headed.
Okay. Yeah, so it's 300 or 400 yards behind. So, I mean, you can make your way over there pretty well, but yeah. It's a decent sized grove.
For the Manticore one, weren't we getting a bag of holding in the morning for that? From the store owner? I can't remember if my notes were
When you
correct.
guys were ready to leave for that job, yeah, he
For
was
that
going
job,
to
we need to
loan it
stop
out
by.
for you. Yeah.
Okay.
So, all right. So, Rith wants to head to the pit.
Yeah, it's gonna take us 2 days to get to where we need to go. Might as well blow off some steam first.
All right. Okay. So, you go ahead and head to the pit. You said Rowan and Lilith were going as well, correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. 1 second here. Let me. See. Okay. All right, so you head on into the pit again, and it's another busy night in here. As you're approaching, you can hear quite a bit of ruckus chatter from the interior. It's a lot of you guys go in, and a lot of the tables are occupied. There are a few that are open. If Lilith and Rowan are looking for a spot to sit, um, so you can find one solitary table against the rail there that overlooks the pit itself if you're wanting to find one of those. But uh, same portly barkeep is behind the bar again there, Rith, as when you came in the last time.
All right, I'll walk up. Wally,
Ah, Rith,
Rith.
right? Yeah.
Aye.
And Rith, you'll feel like some come up behind you, just slap you around the back. Ah, you're back.
Ah,
And you
Tomac.
see Tom Tack come up. Fight again tonight?
Fight.
Good. I'm fighting too. Signed up already. See you in there. So good luck.
You too.
Wally Black. Yeah, I do have I got one other person that's looking for a matchup tonight if you're interested.
Aye. Interested.
Okay. I mean he's a bit of an ankle biter, but don't let that fool you. He's one tough son of a bitch. So you'll be going up against his name's Stanton. And he'll kind of point over in direction of the kind of the top part of the inn. And you follow his point, and he points to like a halfling guy that's sitting over there, standing on one of the tables, just down in this big old tankard of ale, just slams it down, just and just see like little veins bulging on his head, but he looks pretty fired up.
Nice. All right.
Like you'll have him tonight, so like I said, don't let his size fool you none. Uh he's a tough one.
Good.
So all right. Um here. Okay. All right. So, you guys are just waiting for the fight? Are you gonna sit by the other guys, or where are you gonna go while you're waiting, Rith?
I'll just I'll go sit by Tomac.
Tom Tack?
Tom Tack.
Okay. All right. So you go sit by Tom Tack, and um, you guys are sitting at one of the longer tables that are over there. um, eventually, Lilith and Rowan, you guys will see guy go down into the middle, and call for everyone's attention. Be like, we have our first bout of the evening. Back again tonight, as always, is our lovable dwarf Agram, taking on, I think, a female dwarf. She'd be like, I am a female. And be like, sorry, it's hard to tell with the beard, but, Hugbella. So, when you two are ready, let me get out first and, fight! And he will quickly make an exit over towards one of the doors, and they instantly just rush towards each other. Agram seems to be just a slight bit quicker, and goes to launch his first attack, and Hogbell is just like, she rears back to go ahead and just clock him with this big old haymaker, and he just snaps out this quick left jab right into her face, and she just stumbles back for a moment, and Agram takes a moment to just like follow up with a quick hook right into the body. She doubles over for a second, and as he's coming in for a big haymaker, she ducks out of the way and delivers a quick succession of blows right to the midsection. He snaps back out with a quick jab, trying to catch her in the face again, but she ducks to the side a little bit and just comes with an overhand right that just clocks him right behind the ear, and you watch his eyes just kind of like glaze over for a second. And not to miss an opportunity to get a free shot in, she just wails him with a hook right across the jaw. And he just like spins like a ballerina for a moment, two twists around, and falls over backwards away from her. She just goes, spits on the ground, and just walks out. I'm like, well, just so you know, if you ever find yourself in an argument with a female dwarf, don't. So, folks, enjoy your beers for a little while. We'll get Agram up, and we'll get a tankard in him, and we'll get ready for the next fight here, and I'll give us about 10 minutes. So, bar goes back to normal. People talking. Agram kind of sitting at the bar itself, just kind of a little bit woozy for a second. Looks at they put a tankard in his hand. He goes, hey. Starts taking a drink and just keeps going backwards. Drink spills all over him. Tankard clashes to the ground, and Hogbella just gets up and laughs and takes her drink right on his face too. Gets up and sits back down at the bar. Gentleman comes back down into the middle. All right. Here we are back for fight number 2 of the night. We have Emgus versus Lily. Lily, yes. So the ones that come into the middle of the ring this time are another male dwarf, and then this kind of lithe human female that she has her wrists are kind of slightly wrapped, dressed in just regular clothes for the most part. But is Rith paying attention to the fights?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, you've seen people like this step in. It's obvious, like, she has a relaxed demeanor to her, but it's not. There's, you could tell she has some skill, just kind of just sitting in there, just the way that she stands. And the guy gets ready and says, "All right, second fight of the night, Lily versus Emgus. Get at it." And he will excuse himself real quick, and to the surprise of most people, Emgus like rushes forward right away and almost seems like he catches her off guard as he rushes in and like actually connects with the first shot that just kind of lands right against her ribs. She's "Oof," and just kind of shifts away with it and um just unleashes this quick succession of punches. Like in the time that he launches one, she just like snap, snap, snap. And snaps out with three quick hits. One catches him right on the bridge of the nose. The other one he manages to kind of dodge, and then the other one she just misjudged his height and goes right over the top of him. In return, he snaps back out with a kick that catches her, right in the side of the leg, and she just punches like straight down, catches him like right underneath the eye, and you can kind of see him like wobble for a moment, and then she just takes her fingers and just jabs him right in the side, and you watch as like he looks like he's about ready to go punch, and he just kind of like and just starts like stuttering, like his eyes stop kind of moving and his mouth's just hanging open, and she just unloads like 5 or 6 unanswered strikes. He never moves in the time frame, and as soon as he blinks once, twice, and then just crumples to the ground in a heap. And guy comes back in. They carry Emgus out. It says, "Well, underestimate Lily at your own peril. Still undefeated in our ring here. Go grab yourself a drink, girl." So she will head to the bar and they work on getting Emgus back up. And they quickly move on to the next fight, which involves one person that you'd seen the previous time. This elf, Folsom, who ended up fighting against this dwarf the last time you were in there with, and it was like it was a back and forth battle the entire time, and then he ended up kind of getting choked out right at the end, and he's up again this time against another elf. So um they're standing right across from each other, both just kind of bobbing back and forth a little bit. um yeah, so they rush forward towards each other, and uh Filson goes in and takes a couple of swings at him. First one misses, but the other one like connects right on his jaw. That guy snaps back out with a uh, jab of his own that catches him right on the chin. Uh, Goran is his name, and Filson. Um, they stand back up, kind of measuring each other again, and Filson goes to swing and hits him with the first one, but then goes to deliver a left punch and a left jab, and Goran just kind of sneaks him right underneath and hits him right in the jaw. And you watch as like Filson's legs go to jelly, does the chicken dance and everything, and falls onto his back. And uh, Goran just tries to jump on top of him. And it looks very reminiscent to when the dwarf was fighting, like he's trying to work in to get a chokehold on him. They go and they're grappling. Filson gets back to his feet. It looks like Goran has like a guillotine, like a standing guillotine locked in on him, and Filson manages to punch him a couple times in the ribs. One looks like it hits Goran kind of like right in the liver, and he kind of like his grip loosens for a moment, and Filson just quickly works around his back and um, wraps his legs around the guy's hips and just pulls him back to the ground. and he's like fighting off his arms as he's trying to get it locked underneath his neck, until eventually Filson gets the hands locked in and just starts pushing the guy's head forward against pushing the other elf's head against his forearm, until eventually you watch as Goran's eyes just kind of like roll back and he passes out. And then Filson lets him go, stands up, and you can see as he goes to raise his hands, goes, "Yeah!" And he's like still kind of like stumbles a little bit, still a little bit wobbly on his feet. But manages to catch himself against the side of the fencing along the pit there, and like walks himself back up to the bar, and they bring out like the smelling salts and get Goran back up as well. Next fight comes on, and it's Burgess, the one who had actually fought Filson the last time, as well as Pine, who's a guy that you haven't seen yet either. Another human. Stands and fights very similar to the way that Lily did. A little bit more like he uses his legs a little bit more. And this fight doesn't last very long. Like Burgess goes in and just starts swinging wildly at the guy, and he's just dodging, kind of rolls behind. His movements actually look like erratic to a certain extent. Like he's kind of stumbling in there, but every time he moves, it's with purpose and with precision. And every time Burgess tries to land a hit on him, the best he does is he kind of clips him on the shoulder one time. But 5 or 6 strikes in, and Hein just has Burgess on his back and just kind of dazed and wobbly, and takes a quick bow to him and just kind of walks his way up the stairs, a little bit of sway and stagger in his steps, and goes back to his beverage that he has there and continues drinking. And then the last fight before yours is you see Tomtac get up. He says, "I gotta go kick me an elf ass."
Good luck.
And he stands up, goes over to the door, and you see elf you saw beforehand walk up, introduced as Hemo, and they both walk down, and the fight it's a brawl between the two of them. And it's kind of amazing considering that, Tomtac being a half orc and Hemo being an elf, but boy can he take a hit. And for everyone that Tomtac deals out, Hemo hits him twice. And by the end of the fight, it looks like both of them are just kind of staggering there. They're just sitting in the middle, just wailing on each other. And right as it looks like Tomtac's about to go down, you can see this final blow coming in. He manages to sneak this inside left uppercut as Hemo's fist is coming in, and just catches him right underneath the jaw, and he just snaps his head back, and then he just falls forward. And see Tomtac kind of go down to one knee after the fight, breathing a little bit heavy, nose bloodied. He's got blood coming out of his mouth. Looks like maybe one of his tusks got pushed into his upper lip that he had there as well. One of his eyes is starting to swell shut, and Hemo doesn't look much better. He's got one eye that's kind of swelled shut. The other one's got a nice big cut right underneath it. Nose is kind of crooked at this point too, but they both look like they've been in one hell of a battle. Tomtac comes out and sits back down at the table where you are, and just kind of looks over at you and just smiles with like this orcish blood just kind of coating his teeth, which is more black than red. So, you're like, Good fight. Good fight.
Good job.
When did you get a brother?
No brother.
And he'll just kind of, and he'll just kind of lay his head down for a second, and he reaches out for like his cup, and his hand goes past it, and then it goes to the other side. And
I'll
then,
grab his hand and put the cup in it.
Ew. And he'll just slowly drink the rest of it. A lot of it kind of like he's not doing a very good job. It's kind of pouring out of the side of his mouth too, but he's getting some of it in there. And the guy will come over to you and be like, "Rith, are you ready?"
Ready.
Good deal. So he will go ahead and let's see, end that. Usher you over towards your door. On the other side of the door, you'll see the halfling guy Stanton, just kind of standing there, getting himself psyched up. Looks over at you. You ready, Tiny?
Ready, Tiny.
Yeah. I'm gonna bust you up.
I look at him. Look at my kneecaps.
I'll bust those up too.
Bring it.
He will. You guys both head into your you head in to the pit there. So if you want to go ahead and move yourself in, he will situate himself.
I lost the thing, so I'll let you do it if you want.
Oh, okay. You don't have your token, or?
No, it went black. I wasn't gonna restart it yet, so
Oh, okay.
I have my character sheet and everything, so I figured it'd
Okay.
be fine.
Let's see here. All right. So let's see here. Is that my combat? Okay. Yeah. Combat. Oh, wait. I did it already. There we go. Let's see here. Well, initiative starts with you.
All right. I rage and I move forward towards him.
Okay.
I can't. If remind me, I can't use greater weapon or great
Right.
weapon master. Correct? Yeah. Okay.
Yep. You can't use that or your divine
Yep.
whatever you have for the
Okay.
fighting. But get your rage damage.
Yep. So I will reckless attack
Okay.
and attack him. So
Oh.
Natural 20. Nice.
nice. I will. I think I can just. I still do damage, but I can begin a grapple.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll do my damage. And it's +2. And that was a crit hit.
So it's 2 damage plus your strength mod, basically, because
Yeah. So strength is 5.
yep, plus your rage, which is 3 plus 2, so it's 10 damage in total.
Yeah.
Okay. All
And
right.
then I will begin grapple.
Okay. So that is a contested athletics check. Do you have advantage on yours?
Oh, I should. Sorry. I can roll again. So 13 and a 22.
Okay. A 20. So at the moment you have him grabbed. So he will go ahead and um just kind of he'll scream at you as well and say, "Good, now you don't have anywhere to run." And just he's gonna slam his head straight into yours as well. Or just like try to headbutt you. I don't know. How are you grappling him? What do
Uh,
you
probably on my chest. So he's gonna hit my chest.
Okay. So
I mean, I'd probably have put one arm
Mm.
under him and one arm because I'm gonna try to chokehold him out.
okay. So he will uh take his attack. Oof. 14.
Nope.
Rolled a pair of sixes. Wow, that was awesome. And as he's doing that, he will go ahead and he's going to try to break out of your grapple. He'll just like tries to push his knees up against your chest and then just kind of push away from you, like pry your arms apart. So you'll have a posed grapple check. Okay. You have held on to him. So go ahead and do whatever you're gonna do next. Are you going for a choke then?
Yeah, I'll just do a choke.
Okay. So more athletics. Oof. He starts to actually push away from you. You can feel like the muscles in his body just start to tighten up, and for such a little guy, he is strong. Um,
So
so
I get 2 attacks. Do I? Is the full action just to
no grapple is well grapple.
because he tried to break the grapple and attack me, so I wasn't sure if I get 2 things with him or what.
Well, I mean, his was technically on his bonus from his, but yes, you can use one of your attack actions to grapple.
Okay.
So if you have 2 attacks, then you can take your second one.
Okay. Can I for the second can I try and since he's looks like he's getting loose, can I reaffirm it or just attack him?
I'd say you can attack him with this one.
Okay. I will just jab him in the rib with one of my hands
Okay,
then.
just like punch at him into the body.
Yep.
Go for it.
And I will continue to stay reckless.
Yep. 26 will hit.
Okay.
That's 1
7.
plus your 5 plus your 3, right?
Yeah. 8.
So it's 9 total.
9.
So he shrugs off some of it. So um, his attacks come basically kind of the same ferocity as yours. So you can kind of sense you're the same type of fighting style.
Okay.
So like he's raging against you, you're raging against him. Wonderful barbarian battle. So all right, he will go ahead and since he's kind of pushed away just a little bit, he's gonna try to like knee you in the body and try to create a little bit more space for himself. 24 to hit.
Yep.
So you will take half that.
Okay.
And then for his other ones, he's going to try to break the grapple again here. All right. So he kind of pushes away, and now you're standing on, well, uneven but equal ground.
Sure.
So he is in front of you again.
All right. I will swing.
Go for it. That'll hit.
All right. I don't need to roll damage, correct?
No, because it's always
Okay.
the same.
So then I'll attack again.
Yep. Ooh, another crit. Nice.
I'll do my damage and then I'll grapple.
All right. Go ahead and do your athletics.
Oof.
He kind of squirms away.
All right.
You clock him good, but he's got a strong jaw. He will come back at you, attacking recklessly himself. 26.
Yep.
You take half of that, so 4. He will go for one more attack. Swinging wildly again.
Wow.
This time, like, it's like aiming for the side of your knee, kind of, with his punch. And so you take 5.
Go again.
Yep. That'll hit.
All right. So
So another 4 points to him. Go for your second attack, I guess, right?
Yep.
Okay. Oh. Yeah, that'll hit.
all right.
That almost went badly. So another. All right. Yeah, you're busting him up pretty good. Like he's starting to get some. He's got a nice cut underneath his eyes, lips busted open. You see blood coming out of his nose. How are you looking at
Oh,
this
I'm
point?
looking fine.
Okay.
I've only taken 14 damage, so.
Okay. All right. He's going to go ahead and attack back here again. Swinging wildly with 2 shots. First one. $4 points. Jeez.
It's either 1 or 4. No 2s.
I know, right? There's nothing in between. He will swing again. So he keeps working at you, like he keeps working at your legs, like launching these low kicks, hitting you in the calf, hitting you in the knee, just trying to almost bring you down to his level. So wrong one. Damage. There it is again. 1. 4 more points to you.
All right. Gonna swing again.
Yep, that'll hit.
All right. Swing again.
Okay. Another 21. Jeez. You like that number.
Apparently.
Okay. Kind of smiles at you as you keep punching him in the head, spits a little bit of blood on the ground, and says, "Is that all you got?" And he jumps up and he's trying to just punch you right in the solar plexus, basically. 23.
Yeah.
Another one. On par. So he doesn't hit you in the solar plexus. He gets the abs, and you're just. It's like in that fight scene with like Punisher when he's fighting the big Russian guy, and he goes to kick him, and he just flexes and pushes the Punisher back. he goes to punch you, and you're just like, "Ugh," and his hand just hits, and he's like, "Ugh." Seems to enrage him a little bit more, so he just jumps at you one more time. $18.
Hits.
That's just hits, right?
Just hits.
Oh, it's a 3. So there's 5 damage.
The 3 does exist.
I didn't think it did.
I mean, I was fine with it not existing, but
How are you looking so far?
let me add here. Yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
I mean,
it's a fist fight, so
Yeah.
obviously you're gonna be feeling a little bit of it, but not in your rage state right now. So,
yeah.
go ahead.
All right.
Oof,
Oof.
that one misses.
The jumping threw me off.
It did.
All right, I'm gonna swing again.
Yeah, you're okay there.
There you go. How's he look?
He looks hurt. You guys are busting each other up. Most of your damage is like to his head. But he looks like he's having a great time. If he's in pain, he's not registering it at this point, but yeah, you've busted up his head pretty good. But he's a tenacious little guy, and he just keeps coming forward. Okay. It's a 4 again. So another 5.
Okay.
And oh, didn't mean to roll normal. We'll roll one more time just to see. Okay, so 23.
Yep.
5 more points.
All right. Swing, batter.
Go for it. $25, yeah. 4 points down.
This one I'm gonna kick him in the face.
For your second attack, is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay. Yep. You kick him in the face, and it staggers him back. Looks like he was dazed by that one a little bit. Like you hit him, and he's just like, but he kind of shakes his head a little bit and slaps himself, and just comes running forward like Mini Me and Austin Powers. Just going right for the groin. $26.
Yeah.
So he doesn't catch you in the groin. You just kind of like maneuver to the side a little bit, but he hits you like right on the inside of your left thigh, right in that nerve cluster there. You're just like, "Son of a bitch!" And as he comes back in for his second attack, and 4 more points. So
All right.
total of 9 in that round to you.
All right. I'm looking pretty down. Let's see.
He's stunned, so he just keeps coming at you just off of pure ferocity at this point. But all right, go for it. 15 will hit.
All right.
Next one.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Here we
That
go.
gives you it's like that Street Fighter thing where you catch him and you start hitting him in the combo, and as you're going, you just catch him like right where the jaw and the ear meet, and kind of smiles at you for a second, so just kind of staggers back for some chicken legs, and then he kind of steadies himself, smiles at you, and then falls backwards. It's not necessarily a when he hisses, more like a poof, because he's small.
Yeah. All right, I'll go down to one knee.
Okay. What'd he get you to?
13.
13? Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, the bartender told you, be careful. He's a tough son of a bitch, and
Yes, he was.
he proved so. But they come down and like put some smelling salts in front of his face, and he's tries to sit up for a moment, and like too quick, and you see his eyes kind of go cross-eyed for a second, but he catches himself, and he looks at you and goes, "Again, sometime."
Again, and I'll reach down to help him up.
Yeah. I like you. And he'll take the hand up and like reach up to kind of pat you and just like kind of hit your lower back and butt, kind of, because that's about where he can get to. And says, beer.
Here.
Beer. And you go over there. Appears there was some betting on your fight as well. They'll slide 30 gold over towards you as your portion of winnings for the night. So Stanton will put down a gold piece, and they'll put a pitcher of ale in front of you guys with 2 tankards. You see Tom Tack kind of sitting over at the table, like passed out at this point.
All right, I'll leave Tom Tack alone.
Okay.
All right, I'll drink my beer, and yeah, then I wander over to Rowan and Lilith.
Okay.
I'm gonna
Good
get
fight.
up. I'm gonna get up and be like, Rith, that was amazing, and like grab him by the arms and then cast Cure Wounds.
At what level?
2.
Okay. Go ahead and roll it out.
12.
Yeah. So yeah, some of the bruising and stuff that you had, your legs feel a little bit better, from everything you took there. But yeah, that helped.
Thank you.
Anytime.
Good
That
fight.
that was pretty amazing.
Squiggly one could not choke out.
The small ones can surprise you sometimes, huh, Rith?
They do. I. I look at Rowan. More?
Okay. Since you asked nicely. What the?
Another.
It's the exact same roll.
It is. It is.
Oh, that's funny. Ah, thank you. I rub my knee. All right, that's it for me.
Okay.
I mean, I'll probably stay there for another half hour or whatever, and then.
Kind of resting up, nursing you. Yeah. All right. So you guys can head back to the inn if you'd like.
Yeah.
Okay. So after that time, you guys are probably there, hour and 15 minutes or so. Fights didn't all happen in succession necessarily. There was brief interlude in between each one, but by the time you get back to the Eastwatch Inn, it's closing in on 10 o'clock or so.
Perfect.
tavern rooms a little bit. Is there's still some people there, but it's kind of it's thinning out. So
I'm going to bed.
okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna go up into my room, and then when I walk in, I'm gonna be like, "Kerr, you should have seen." Kerr. I mean, unless he's back now.
He didn't say he was coming back.
True.
I'm just gonna go pass out.
Right.
Um,
Okay.
I just sit on my
You'll
bed for a minute and then lay down.
okay. You'll have some like light bruising in the morning, but nothing that you can't handle for.
So how
For
does
Rick.
how does the healing work in regards to that?
For that, I'll let. I mean, as long as you're not getting like knocked out or something with the healing you got from him, I'd say you get most of it back.
Just go back up to full. Okay.
Yeah, since it's non-lethal damage.
Okay. Yeah, I wasn't sure how that worked since we didn't run into
For
it
the pit fighting
just barely
part, I'm not
from-
going to necessarily make you roll the hit dice for that because it's again you're basically just trying to heal up bruises and whatnot or just deal with it. And I feel like barbarian and whatnot with the way you can kind of shrug off damage, you're probably okay with some bruises.
Okay. That works.
Yep.
That makes me feel better about wanting to do this more often then.
Yeah. I mean, if you get like knocked out or something, that might be a little bit different.
Sure.
But, so
Well, that one was close.
yeah, he's a tough boy. Okay. Guys, mind if we take a little break here?
Sure.
No.
Sure.
Cool.
Go for it.
So then
Yep.
we'll come back for the start of the next day. So we'll see you in about 5 minutes.
Sounds good.
welcome back. All right, so you guys are I'll head back to the inn. Everybody's gone to sleep for the evening. You wake up in the morning.
Sorry, I have stuff I need to do
Okay.
in the Grove.
Go for it.
Okay, so to do it quickly, I'm looking for the sumac leaf for Rowan.
Okay.
Refill on my herbalism kit, and just general bits of minor spell components that I need, like spider web and spider tree bark, stuff like that. And then getting super drunk and praying to Eldath uh, for guidance, and one day hoping to reconnect with maybe some part of my family.
Okay. So, um, go ahead and make a. So you're looking for the sumac leaf as well as refilling in your herbalism. You said, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So go ahead and make a survival or nature check. 17. Okay. So you search around. You find a sumac shrub.
Okay.
They can be like either like small trees or shrubberies. You find one that's kind of a shrub that has some red leaves on it and whatnot. So you manage to grab a couple off, just in case Rowan doesn't like one or likes one more than the other one because he's picky. So, but yeah, you find the sumac leaves fairly easily, and you can refill your herbalism kit for you think you find enough components for like 2 more just like regular potions.
Okay.
So, and then you said you're praying to kind of just hopefully reconnect a little bit with just either your family or family's traditions, or
In the drunken stupor, I'm probably not particularly
okay.
coherent on it.
Okay. So, um, go ahead and just make a persuasion check.
Okay.
I'll give you advantage on it, just because
Okay.
it's kind of integral to your backstory. 13. Okay.
17. Nope, 13. That was a roll above it.
So you 13. Yeah. I mean, you kind of asked to, like, reconnect a little bit. You get like a warm breeze that kind of floats by. It feels reassuring. Um, but nothing else really that you feel like you're you feel reassured. Yeah.
Okay.
And you staying out there for the night?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You set yourself up your little shelter or your bedroll or whatever, sleep underneath the stars.
No,
Are you-
I'll pass out wherever I sit down.
Okay. So against like just sitting against a tree
Yep.
still. Yeah. Okay. All right. Morning rays of dawn kind of hit you in the face, and it's kind of bright. You're like, oh, that's a lot. That's a lot. Um, still kind of still a bottle in your hand. Kind of shake it. Still a little bit left in there. Air the dog if you want to.
I will finish it off.
Yeah, take a drink and kind of dulls a little bit of minor headache you have starting there. And you make your way back to town. or
Yep.
towards the end? Okay.
To the room because I think I still have a potion brewing.
Yep, you had set it to the next stage, so you think it should be finished by this point. So dawn comes around. Rowan, I mean, you're used to waking up this early anymore, so it's just kind of habit. Although it's different, not feeling Kerr's footsteps move around you a little bit. If you wake up, he's still not there.
I go and pound
Oh.
on Lilith's door.
What?
What did you do to him?
Who?
Kerr. He's not in
I
the
haven't
room.
seen him.
What'd you
I was
do
with
this
you.
time? Well, I mean, I didn't have you in my sight the whole time.
You were sitting across the table from me.
Yeah, but when we got back, I went straight to my room.
So did I.
Oh,
Where's he at?
well, I mean, if I knew that, I wouldn't be pounding on your door.
Well, you shouldn't be pounding on my door anyway.
Hey, time to get up.
Kovac, you're coming out of your room as this is going on.
Oh, hey, just waking Lilith up.
I'm not surprised. I'll keep walking.
Wait, where's Kerr?
I slammed the
Uh,
door.
I'm not sure.
I mean,
Oh,
you two journeyed back towards the area, and he just
Yeah, I guess. Well,
He kept
what I've
moving.
seen him.
yeah, because you guys were walking back up there. You had to go through town. As soon
Okay,
as you
yeah,
got
I
through
guess.
the gates, he didn't go to the inn. He just kept going off
Okay.
behind the inn.
I don't know if he stayed at the inn last night.
I don't think so. I didn't see him or hear him. Hope he's okay.
Oh, I'm sure he's fine. He's pretty handy out in the wilderness.
Yeah, unless it comes to fighting. I mean,
Point.
Those wolves.
We've all got our strong suits.
All right, then I'm gonna just like go back to the room and like get ready to.
Okay. And Rith, you're waking up as kind of all this. You're getting yourself ready as all this is wrapping up too. So,
Okay.
or in the midst of it, I should say.
I'll just keep getting ready and then come out.
Okay.
I'll get dressed and then go out and beat on Rowan's door and then run downstairs.
Okay.
Hello? I just reach out and do this. And then finish getting ready and go downstairs.
Okay.
Hey, Rowan.
What?
Does Kerr still have that stone?
I think so.
Well, why don't we just have Kovac? Are you down here, Kovac?
Yeah. He went
Kovac,
downstairs.
why don't you try to see if you can talk to Kerr? Isn't that what that thing does?
It might be a waste,
Yeah,
though.
but that's kind of a waste. We only get to use it once a day, so I'm sure he'll turn up.
I have faith in the
Oh.
big guy.
We're gonna be in wagons the rest of the day.
Maybe.
Was there a point to that statement?
It's gonna be 2 days before we get to where we're supposed to go.
What time is it?
Right now?
Yeah.
I mean, you guys get up around dawn. So getting ready, you probably have hour and a half, you think, before you have to be over there.
Oh, okay.
If
We've got
you're
time.
leaving at like 8, if you're planning on leaving any later than that, then of course you have more time. But
Yeah.
All right, if he doesn't show up, we can.
I'll continue on eating.
Okay.
Yep, I'll eat.
Rith never stopped.
Nope.
Sleeping, shoveling food in his face.
He was actually eating during the fight last night.
Took the pork into the pit with him. That's why you had trouble grappling. Your hands are kind of
They're all
greasy. from the
greasy, yeah.
fat. Yeah. That pork belly was good though. So, all right. Say 3/4 through your meal, Kovac. Rith, you're done. Kerr comes walking through the door.
There he is.
I'll just kind of shuffle upstairs with the grunt.
He must have had a wild night.
I thought Rith was gonna be the one walking around like that.
Kovac, you missed a good fight last night.
I've seen fights.
I guess once Kerr gets back down here, we can head out.
Yeah.
I'll grab the potion and shut down the setup and
Okay.
head back downstairs.
All right. Yeah. I mean, the potion's ready. Just either put it in your pack and whatnot, and you can either pack up your herbalist kit. You leaving it in the room?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you guys have. Kerr comes back down. Are you grabbing food?
I'll grab a drink and I'll just kind of quietly pass the potion off to Kovac.
Not really. No, just doing it without
You're just
fanfare.
kind of reaching
giving
out
it
and
to-
handing it to him.
Okay. So not sleight of handing or anything like that.
No.
Just
Do I recognize what it is?
you've seen these before. It's a potion of healing. Just a common one.
Well, thanks. What's this for?
Just in case in a couple days.
Much appreciated.
You're welcome.
So, did you have a wild night, Kerr?
It was a night I'm more used to than what I've been able to as of late.
Okay, understandable.
I feel like I know what that means.
Yeah.
I just nod.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we should head off if everybody's ready.
Sure.
Okay. So it's probably a little after 7, maybe 7:15 at this point. You guys head over towards where you believe they told you. You can see a couple of warehouses to the east, just north of the wall, and in the distance you can see people working, and looks like they're bringing wagons out, hitching horses up to them, moving stuff. You see a couple of covered wagons that are embossed with a symbol on the side. So you guys can. There is a kind of an office building that's in front of the warehouses. So you guys can either head towards the wagons or into the building. Where would you like to go?
To the office.
Okay. Everybody going with Lilith?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So you make your way towards the office. It's not a very big room itself. Looks like mainly just for probably paperwork or people waiting. There are some benches along the wall for people to sit and wait. There's a clerk behind the counter, and then standing at the counter are two individuals that you're aware of. Is Iglar, and then Lord Hiltred is standing there as well. They turn as the door opens. Argo looks at you. Ah, good morning, friends.
Good morning, sir.
Nice to meet you all here this morning. How are you feeling at this point, Kerr?
Like horse shit.
Okay.
Appropriate.
Lord
That's how I
Hiltrick,
feel.
Lord Hiltrick kind of looks at you. You okay to travel?
Yep.
All right. Well, I assume you guys are ready for this, and Pierce has advised you on what you need to do.
That is correct.
Very good. And I trust we can see the results we want this time.
Of course.
Very good. I will take your word for it. Past be the past. We will begin our relationship off of our current endeavors.
That sounds fair.
Good. Pierce, I will leave this in your hands and trust that everything is good to go. Lady Lilith, might I have a word with you?
Of course.
Very well. Would you please step outside with me?
I'll follow him outside.
Okay.
There a window?
I mean, there are windows with like panes on them.
All right. I'm going to walk up to one and watch them and try to read their lips.
Okay. Let's see here.
As soon as they close the door, I'm just gonna be like, man, I really don't like that guy.
Give me a 25% range. Or give
Like,
me two 25% ranges, like 1 to 25, 76 to 100.
those sound good.
Okay. Well, it helps if I roll two dice that are separate for percentiles, because rolling two tens doesn't work. All right, so you can see one of them. Lilith, give me high or low.
Hi.
You can see Lilith.
Okay.
He will pull you to the side and say, I have an inquiry for you, since I suspect I understand your motivations for adventuring and accepting this job as gold.
Correct.
Now, your party, does money speak to them as well?
Some of them.
How flexible are they on the jobs they would be willing to take?
That's a hard question.
In what regard? Or in regards to which individuals?
We do have a couple that may not agree to um, some terms.
Is it a moral objection?
I believe so.
Very well. Well, that's all. I just simply wish to know. I have other jobs that sometimes I need performed from time to time. Nothing nefarious in any way necessarily. Nothing that would cause any kind of problems necessarily with the law for those who are more astute. But just sometimes dirty work would be the best way to phrase it.
Well, you're more than welcome to contact me, and I can bring it to the group and see what their opinions are, and we could go from there.
Very well. I will keep that in mind, and good luck on your trip north.
Thank you, sir.
He will walk away.
And I'll head back inside.
Okay.
So, are we ready to go?
Sure. What opinions might we have?
Opinions?
Yeah.
On jobs.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. That make way more sense. Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, but why couldn't he just ask that in here?
Yeah. That's a good question.
That I couldn't tell you.
Probably because he knows I
Good.
don't like him. He acts like
Lord,
we did. He
Lord
acts like we
Hilchard
did
is an
nothing for
interesting
him.
and complex person.
He acts like
So-
we did nothing for him, but his daughter was missing for how long, and we figured out the problem.
Mm. Yeah.
Yeah. So, let's I say we keep moving. We have a trip ahead.
Well, we can head out and check on the wagons, see how the process is going. We'll before we head out there, we'll need to make a bit of a show. Nothing overtly um, nothing that is too outlandish, but definitely make sure that if anybody is listening, they understand that this shipment is important and heading north.
Is there anything in particular in the process that we should act about?
As far as getting ready to send off,
Correct.
um, I would believe that he'll look at each one of you with like the weapons. I would say aside from, well, our friend Rith here, if you all wish to de-arm yourself before heading out to the wagons, make yourself appear more of a easy target. Once you're on the road, of course, feel free to protect yourself as needed, but say anything you can do to make yourself look as non-threatening as possible.
So tell me this: do you hire a lot of, say, outside crews to drive your wagons and such?
Well, the thousand heads will use whomever they have access to at that point. Most of them have drivers that are fairly well established, but it's not unheard of to have new driving teams.
Okay.
So, and I see no. I mean, I can certainly introduce a couple of you as new drivers to the team if you would
I
like.
think I have an idea.
Very well.
Kovac, Rowan, you are the drivers.
Uh, what?
You'll be the drivers. I'll be a foreman of such, a leader, the lead driver,
This is about
and
on par
you're
with
my
Lilith.
crew. Where Rith and Kerr, if you're good with this plan, you are, say, our loader and unloader help since you're bigger statured. That way we look more like a full service team and it kind of fits our, I'd say, builds.
I just had a couple of questions about things before we decided on a plan. One,
Yes.
are we keeping ourselves secret from other people that work for this company? Or are we just putting on a show for anyone that might be watching from outside the company?
Um, or just well, once we get to the wagons, they should be ready to go. If not, then we can hasten the process to make sure you get on the road as quickly as possible. But um, no one else in the warehouse need know you don't work for the company or do work for the company. So I don't expect there to be a whole lot of other interaction. If that answers your question.
Mm. Like, I was just thinking we could, like, put our weapons in a crate, put the crate on the wagon, and then we ride in the wagon so we have access to our weapons.
That is indeed possible
Oh,
if you wish to do
that's-
so.
I didn't really want to sit on the front of the wagon driving and not have my weapons all around me.
No, I agree. I think that once you're on the road, if you wish to rearm yourselves, then please do so.
Plus, I don't know if I even know how to drive a wagon, to be honest.
Well, you've been doing a pretty good job. I mean, when we came to this town, you were driving a wagon.
Well, I was riding.
I wasn't steering it.
The driver was. We were just riding on the caravan.
You were doing a fine job.
I was
Yep.
sitting next to you in the back. That's easy.
Okay.
Well, I
What?
have been assured that the team of horses they've provided you with are some of the more experienced ones. So hopefully it shouldn't be too difficult.
All right, so if we say we take our weapons out in a crate, put it on the wagon, once we get out of town, we would be okay to grab our weapons back?
I believe so. If there are any informants going, I'm assuming they'll want to be ahead of you.
Okay. I just don't want to be unarmed.
Understandable. It would be hard to
And I don't really want my compatriots here to be unarmed.
indeed that would definitely make the job itself more difficult. But yes, I think that once you leave town, then feel free to arm yourselves. The only thing I would ask is as you're approaching the pass or going through the pass, I mean, attempt to appear as harmless as possible. Um, Perhaps if you wish to have your more armed compatriots in the covered part of the wagon.
My thoughts exactly.
Good.
I mean, like, okay, how about if they've got drivers already? Like, I mean, I'm okay with sitting next to the guy.
We could have two drivers go with you if
Well,
there's anyone of the group that does not feel they are comfortable enough driving the horses.
and I can give it a shot. I'm pretty sure I'd have a good rapport with the horses.
Well, I will leave that up to you if you wish me to acquire the services of a driver or two. That is entirely up to you, or if you feel you can handle it.
Yeah, I can
Yeah, we
handle
could
it.
have you drive the first wagon. How many wagons are there now?
Two.
Two. Okay. So, Kerr, you could drive the lead wagon, and the other wagon, all they have to do is follow.
Right. Oh.
Okay. Are we ready?
Let's do it.
Believe so.
Very well. He'll look to the clerk. Could you potentially get us a crate, large enough for, well, his hammer?
Will my hammer fit in my bag of holding?
Yes.
Yeah, I'll just pull out my hammer or take off my hammer, open my bag, and put it in.
Oh well.
That's
Um,
amazing.
Do you need a crate, or is that something you can do with everybody's? I was not aware you were in possession of a bag of holding.
I can hide
Can
all my
take
weapons.
weapons.
Do you wish for a crate, or do you would
I mean,
still for the rest of you?
We probably still need a crate.
well, mine's a stick and a log. I can just put it in the bag.
Kovac, what about your sword?
I don't think you're supposed to put sharp objects in bag of holdings,
Yeah,
are you?
because
No,
I,
you can.
I
You can?
Yeah, as long as you're not like it's an extra dimensional space that is like 64 cubic feet. So as long as it's not bigger than that, you're okay.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
If you tried to you tried to shove like a 10-foot sharpened log in there, then yeah, it stands a chance to rupture it. But you can put weapons and things as long as you don't exceed the carrying capacity.
Well, I could probably conceal like my hand axe and dagger, but I don't really think I can hide a longbow anywhere.
That would be harder. Yes.
So I mean, I could throw it in someone's bag, I guess, if they
I
were
want
willing.
to say I
to
have
put
a
it.
bag of holding also, so one of us could ride with Rith, one of us could ride with Kovac, and well, I can ride with Kovac because I have the other bag of holding, and Kovac, we could put your sword in my bag until we get out of sight of town.
Well, I figure if we have two wagons, then me and Kerr together, and then the three of you, because you're small. I don't know how big Kovac is, and then Rith is. You know what I mean? I don't think we want the two biggest guys riding together, which would be Kerr and Rith.
Okay, so if you can conceal your weapons, yeah, that'll work.
In that case, I'll just ask for like a crate to put my bow in, just so I have it
Okay.
there with me.
They can give you a small one, basically.
Yeah.
That you can put your bow and quiver in.
Yep.
I'll give Lilith my longsword then.
Okay.
On my hip.
I'll just open the bag so you can stick it in there.
Okay.
And
then wait. Before you shut it, I'll pull out one from on the back side of my cloak. And then I'll pull out one of my light crossbows.
Okay.
And then my other light crossbow.
He's the guy that's like, hold on. No, I've got more. Wait, there's one down here.
Yeah,
You guys ever seen the Sinbad movie with
Yeah.
with the guy that goes to the party? You just keep piling. Grab your stuff, we're leaving. Oh.
Yeah. We have that guy in our group.
So I have an idea that we're going to be putting your bow in a crate to put on a little show, Rowan. Since this convoy is supposed to be carrying valuable materials, we can make a show of this crate when we put it on the wagon. That way, if there's any eyes here, they're gonna try something once we get to that pass.
I mean, I'm pretty good with shows.
I would say that's your thing. So I just figured I'd run that idea past everyone, see what you thought of that.
I'm down.
And we could just make sure that we're saying, well, hey, let's put this in the wagon. We got to be real careful with this. It's real valuable.
Okay.
And that's going to get, if there's anybody here watching.
So who's the one carrying the valuable crate?
We are.
Right, I get we are.
Oh.
Yes.
If we're loading it up, someone has to load it up.
I mean, it depends on size, I guess. If it's just a small crate, like I could probably do it.
Right.
Well, I mean, a longbow is generally what 3 to 4 feet
Something like that, yeah.
tall. So I mean, it's going to be a longer crate. It's just not going to be incredibly wide or deep. So you're probably talking. Let's see.
Wait, now that I look at myself, I may need to help carrying it.
I would say, why don't you and Kerr carry it, and you make a show of talking to Kerr, saying we got to be real careful with this, and this is really valuable.
The smallest crate that they have, or the one be kind of narrow, it would be the about 6 feet long. It's about a foot wide, and then about 8 inches deep.
Okay. Yeah, Kerr, you help me with it.
Okay. So whose bag am I putting my stick and log in?
I think you'll be okay with a stick.
Okay.
Just make it like a walking stick. Wait, how long is it?
About this big.
Oh, never mind. I mean, unless you could use it like a cane.
I could, but it's been lit on fire a bunch, so it might be a little fragile.
Just don't really lean on it. Just act like you are. Or if it'll fit in the crate, put it in the crate too.
I can easily hide it under the cloak.
That'll work.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Are you ready, Kerr?
Yep.
Okay.
All right. So you guys
So
are
is
heading
it-
out.
Is it heavy?
I mean, it doesn't have to be. It just has to be
The crate?
expensive.
Yeah.
Oh.
Is like is it
Oh.
supposed to be
I
heavy or is
thought
it
you-
like super light?
Wait, are you
Uh,
asking me for the performance, or are you asking him about how much it actually weighs?
No, I'm asking you. Like-
I mean, it doesn't have to be, because something expensive doesn't have to be heavy.
That's true, but it's really long. So is it well balanced?
It's just
What's my
awkward
motivation as a carrier?
to
I'm
get
kidding.
it
Let's
on the
just get
wagon.
out there.
To get it on the wagon. That's your motivation. Carefully. You just help
Okay.
me carry. I will do the performance.
Sure. And I will throw the crate over my shoulder because it's nothing.
No, Kurt, down.
This is how I carry stuff.
But we're both carrying this.
Okay, just reach up and hold it.
No. You lower it. It's a little high for me.
Okay. I'll lower it.
Okay, now we carry it together.
Sure. You know, I carried like an ogre's club. Let's just go. It's just conversation.
All right, this is the important one. We got to be careful with it.
Right.
And I just kind of like start shoving you out the door.
Good.
All right. So you guys are heading outside towards the wagons.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Things are picking. I mean, outside things have kind of picked up a little bit. There's some people walking in and out of the gates. Some of the other warehouses are starting to become a little bit busier. It looks like they're beginning to gather up some of the other shipments that are going out today, other merchants that are traveling. So Iglar leads you over towards the closest warehouse that has a couple of individuals that are presently working. So take it away.
All right, I'm like, okay, come on. We got to put this one on our wagon, but we got to be careful. Got to be careful. Very fragile. All right?
Yep.
All right. And then I'm going to like kind of be like, guys, we're putting this one on our wagon. Talking to the other three in our group.
Yeah, put it on the second wagon.
Yeah. We're going to put it on ours, and then...
Iglar will contribute and be like, just be very careful. That's an ancient piece of art that I don't want it to be disturbed too much.
Oh shit!
Don't worry, sir. We'll take care of it.
Right. So, our wagon or the second wagon? Because
Our
I'm a little
wagon.
confused
I
on
know,
Oh, wait,
that.
you're the
because
first
we're the
wagon,
first
yeah.
wagon. So the first wagon.
Okay.
All right, so roll a performance check for Rowan at advantage.
I mean, nothing can go wrong here, right?
With a D. Hold on.
Uh,
Hold on. Interesting. Add a D8. You feel a bit more encouraged by Iglar's words.
Ooh.
25.
Hey. I mean, you kind of work with Kerr doing his great act as just the common loading guy who doesn't really know better. You know, it's a great shtick you have developed over the years that just Kerr, you're a little bit typecast sometimes you feel like, you know, because you're just big and you're like, why do people always just make me the dumb loader guy? I'm so much better than this. But it works. It's amazing. And with Iglar's little contribution, you're like, we got this so bad. So you feel good about your performance. Yeah. Get it loaded up. You weren't too loud, but definitely hit your cues perfectly. So Iglar will kind of motion towards an older guy that's kind of in the warehouse and bring him over. He'll say, this is Stan here. He's been a driver with Thousand Heads for a long period of time. He knows this team of horses fairly well. If there's any last minute pointers or tips that you want from him, now would be the opportunity.
What are the names of the ones in the front one?
The names in the front, well, that's Milky there, and that's old Sad Leg. His legs aren't sad. You just call him that.
Okay. And what is like the commands to make them go and stop?
Halt. I use like giddy up. It's a good one.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, if you say it, yeah, you know, with like some force behind
Careful,
it.
you might make them go.
Thank you for the warning.
Have you ever tried Hio Silver?
No,
Oh, okay.
I didn't name any of them that, so I think it might confuse them. But if you think it'll work, you can give it a shot.
I'll ask.
I think my friend here is perfect at getting them to go. And I pat him on the back.
You ask the horse if Hi Ho Silver will work.
Yeah, I will ask.
Okay, which one do you ask?
Did he point out which ones were which, or did he just tell me
the
their
one
names?
the one on the right is Milky, and then the one on the left is Old Sad Leg. Milky's actually a brown horse with some like white spots on it, and
Okay.
then Old Sad Leg is white.
All right.
Kind of backwards.
So I'm told you guys are Milky and Old Sad Leg. Is that correct?
Old Sad Leg is kind of
Okay.
seems a little bit like frustrated with the name, but yeah.
Is there something you would prefer? Like my friend suggested for going Hi Ho Silver. Would silver work?
Kind of tilts its head at you. If you could see a dragon contemplating with its fist up like this, it would. And so all of a sudden,
Okay. So I'll be honest, I don't have the slightest clue what I'm doing, but since we've got a decent back and forth, I'll just be like, hey, could you guys go forward? We need to make a left here, that type of deal. Does that work for you guys?
kind of glance towards each other and
Cool. I won't even use the reins because that snapping thing, I think it might hurt you guys. It might be a little cruel, so I'll just leave it there. Okay.
They just kind of paw at the ground just a little bit. A bit indifferent towards it, but sure.
Right. Well, you guys ready?
Mm.
Right. And I'll look at everybody like, let's go.
Everybody hopping on the wagons then?
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. So you guys, there's all the crates are loaded. Iglar will come up to the second wagon and come up to you, Kovac, as you're sitting there. He's like, he'll kind of talk a little softer and say, the manacles that you requested are in the crate behind under your seat.
Oh, great. Thank you.
The keys would be in there as well. The crates themselves are, of course, empty. There is some hay for packing if you've come across anything that needs to be repacked and protected. But aside from that,
Okay.
they're empty.
Excellent. Thank you.
Of course. Safe journeys. And he'll step back and be like, be cautious of the rocks. Like I said, I don't want that to get damaged on its trip north. So, stick to the pass. All right?
You got it, sir.
Good deal. Safe
Thanks for giving us
travels.
a chance.
Well, I mean, everybody deserves to start somewhere. Whew.
Let's go, team.
His
All right.
performance is stellar.
All right, Milky, Silver, you heard the man. We're heading north. Hi ho, Silver. Away.
And they will start trotting forwards. Old Sad Lake's head's up a little higher now. It's got a better name. So, all right. So you guys begin your journey north. It's fair weather. You look a little bit further north, and it looks like maybe there might be a little bit rain later in the day. You look to the west, and you can kind of see some clouds off in the distance. Light gray, nothing really dark. It looks like, but you can make a nature check, her, if you'd like.
Actually, I would like
Actually,
to
you know
cast Druidcraft since it
Okay.
lets me tell the weather.
It does for the next 24
Wow.
hours.
Yep.
Is it just in a range, or
You know what? I don't know. Let me look it
can't
up.
remember what the limitation is on that?
Druidcraft.
At your location for the next 24 hours.
Yep, my
Okay.
location.
Okay.
Yep.
I mean, you sense with where you're at, you feel like, yeah, there's probably gonna be some rain like right around here in maybe 4 or 5 hours.
Okay. Uh, is it going to last? Like, is it a storm or is it just like a drizzle or?
Uh, Fairly steady sprinkle. For maybe an hour and a half.
Okay.
But nothing. No, not really high winds. Just a late summer light rain.
Okay.
So. All right. So you guys head north. Go ahead, and who wants to do perception checks for the group for each one of the wagons?
I'll do second wagon.
Okay.
What do you think, Kerr?
Well, Rowan, I need to talk to the DM for a moment.
Ew.
All right.
I would like to make a perception check, but I'm not watching the road at all.
Okay.
I'm looking for birds of prey.
Okay. Go ahead and make a perception check then.
I'm gonna take my weapon out once we get going.
Gotcha.
I'll hand Kovac his
16.
armory out
Okay.
of my bag also.
Takes you a
Excellent.
couple rounds.
Yeah.
It's like, here's one sword. Um, you you do spot a smaller bird of prey, just kind of trailing the wagon a little bit.
Okay.
It's there for a little while and then disappears. But it's not too far off, maybe 150 feet.
Okay. I'll occasionally call to it, but
Okay.
not have like a conversation or anything.
Okay. Make an animal handling check.
There we go.
Oh, it was almost good. You call to it a few times, and it doesn't really seem all that interested. You watch it for a little while, and then it just kind of disappears underneath the trees.
Okay.
Off in a small glade to the side. So
I guess if you're focused on that, I'll make the check for the wagon.
go for it. 18.
Woo.
Nice. Lilith, you're 12. I mean, aside from the wagon in front of you, you guys have a little bit of a stagger, so you can kind of see. But this road is well traveled. About couple hours in, a little past 1 hour in, you pass the first house that you had returned one of the families to. And then you make your way north and you come across the dairy farm as well, about 2.5 hours in. The farms start to diminish a little bit the further out that you get. So, sorry, not 2 hours. Probably be about 3.5. So, around noonish or so, you've left that farm behind quite a bit, but the farms in the area are starting to diminish a little bit. It's turning into more open country in the areas as you guys are getting close to lunchtime. Same thing for you, Ron. Nothing really that catches your attention as you guys are going. So, are you guys just gonna stop for lunch and continue on?
Would be able to move from like the front of the wagon to like the covered part, or is it like enclosed on the front side?
No, I mean there's like a flap that you can open up to get in.
Well, during part of it, then I'll go back and just get my bow and stuff out, and then move it up like right behind the seat.
Okay. So
That way
not necessarily wearing it, but
yeah, that way it still
easy
doesn't show.
easy access. Okay.
Yep. Was your club in there too, or did you hide it on you?
I hit it on me.
Okay.
All right. So, is there anything anyone wants to do while you guys are heading north during the first day? Or are you going to do any more checks for birds of prey for Kerr?
Yes, I would like to.
Okay. You can give me we'll do 3 more, just kind of in 2-hour increments, I guess. So
Okay.
you have a total of 4. So go ahead and do your first perception check looking again.
First one.
20. Okay. Yeah. You spot during this time frame you'll spot a couple different birds of prey over the next 2 hours. If you want to try to call out to
If
either.
like if one of them's a hawk or a falcon, I'd like to try to get its attention.
Okay. Make a nature check. See what kind they are.
Right. So I'll have no idea based off past rolls.
Hasn't always gone too well for you, has it? A 12?
Oh, that's not bad.
Okay. There is one that is a falcon.
All right. I will call to it.
Okay. Go ahead and make an animal handling check. Or
May
I
I
guess you're
use
using
my persuasion?
your speech or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, go for it.
Awesome, because I get that with advantage.
You do. Oh, it's
Oh.
funny.
What do what?
And a 16 on the other one. I mean, those are some pretty good rolls to start with. Okay. You call out to it. You're using actually like a bird call, or are you just talking to it?
I'll just talk to it.
Okay. Just calling it towards you.
Yes. Yeah, I'm just
Okay.
calling to me.
Okay. You call it towards you, and this one seems much more interested in your greeting than the previous one that you tried to, and just kind of comes down, is like flying next to the wagon for a little bit, and then just kind of comes up and perches on the covered part behind you. It just kind of tilts its
And
head, and
do I see this?
yeah,
I'm gonna have my bow out
okay.
just
I
in
mean,
case.
yeah. So it just kind of perches there and kind of tilts its head towards you and ruffles its feathers a little bit.
I'll introduce myself, and I'll be like, "That's Rowan."
I just give it one.
uh, I'll be honest. I don't know how to approach this conversation, um, but I was wondering if you might uh, be willing to assist me on occasion.
He just kind of looks at you for a moment. Ah! And just like kind of pecks at the ground a little bit. Ah!
Hold on, and I'll like pull out the barrel and I'll open it up and I'll tear off some of the. I think it's pork on the top,
What the pork was the last thing you guys had, yeah.
and like offer it to him.
It will kind of reach down with its beak and just take it, and
Right. So I can guarantee a steady stream of that.
you see it kind of like it ruffles its feathers a little bit because it's salted.
Right.
It's definitely
I mean-
not used to that, but
Right.
just kind of
You can think about it. Don't have to agree to it now.
it
Yeah.
hops down from the covered part to the spot like kind of right next to you and looks up at you for a moment. And just kind of make a either animal handling or insight.
Uh,
I mean, they're both the same. Actually, animal handling.
And
Yeah. See how well you can judge its disposition.
yeah,
9.
9.
You're not really sure.
Uh,
You feel like it could be either way. I mean, it didn't run away, but it's just kind of like looking at you. But it's sometimes it's hard to judge animals' intent because they can't like talk back to you. Like
Yeah,
so
I'm absolutely bad at this stuff. So I mean, they can understand me. I got nothing on
right.
them.
Right. And so it just kind of flies off ahead of you a little bit.
That seemed to go pretty well. Well, what do you think?
so I'm gonna reply to him in a joking manner and just be like, "Are you trying to replace me already, or?"
No, just figure I could use some assistance.
I mean, I don't exactly speak bird, but I feel like is a good noise. And it didn't...
You can make an animal handling check if you'd like.
Yes.
You've been around him enough and seen him deal with animals. No idea. It's a bird, man.
I thought
He
you were
was
going to
talking
get a
to.
nat 20.
I know, right? That would have been awesome.
Well,
he was talking to a bird. Like, he just.
He didn't bite either of us.
That's straight.
That's true. That's true.
You might think that might be a really good interaction because he didn't claw you, he didn't bite you, he didn't fly away right away.
Next time he comes back, I'm petting him.
That bird's your
Sure,
friend for
yeah.
life, probably.
I mean, it could be worth a shot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's right before lunch. Are you guys stopping and breaking for lunch real quick, or just moving and keeping moving and eating while you go?
I'll shout to the back, food stop or on move.
I thought Rith
I'm
was in our
content to
way.
keep going.
I would think, like, how are the horses feeling there?
Oh, that's a
Kerr?
good question. What do you guys think? Milky? Silver? Need a break? Okay, I'll be like, okay, let's pull off. Give you guys a rest.
They kind of smack their lips a little bit against the bridles that are there. So, amongst the provisions in the wagon, there are oats and such that you can feed back so you can give them. So
I'll just like stand up and turn around and be like,
okay. So you guys stop briefly to eat, feed the horses.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else you want to do? Or just back on the road?
I mean, like, I would probably just kind of still keep an eye out, make sure everything seems to be all right.
Sure. All right. Go ahead and make a perception check over your lunch break then.
This is gonna go well, guys. I already can tell.
Mm-hmm.
Knew it.
Oh my god.
Yeah, you guys feel pretty confident.
Yeah.
Seems
It's
good.
going great, guys.
Yeah, it was a good
Awesome.
lunch.
It's awesome.
Nothing around us.
Eagle eyes.
This is a good lunch.
All right.
Okay. That was a good lunch. Let's
Back on the wagons?
let's keep moving.
All right.
Keep on keeping on.
All right. So you guys back on the wagons. Curry, you keeping an eye out still for the afternoon?
Yeah, I'll keep watching for the same one.
Okay.
See if it's still around.
Go ahead and make another perception check.
$15.
Okay. Trying to look for the same one, and I mean, you see a falcon. A lot of them have kind of the same color and whatnot, so could be the same one. Just kind of flying off ahead of you, a little bit to the side. Then it'll disappear for a little bit, and then see it come back up from the trees, flying ahead.
Okay. Yeah, I won't call out to it. I'll just keep watching for it.
Lilith and Rowan, for your afternoon, you guys want to take another perception check on the road? See if you see anything?
Absolutely.
Yeah, do it.
I'm doing it.
Roll the ones.
Okay.
Yeah.
Here
All
we go.
the
There's the one. There's
Oh,
a
well,
one.
there's a 0 with it too, so
Yeah,
that
there's a
counts.
one.
That counts. Yeah. Still fairly nice day. You guys look behind you as you're going, and it looks like there's kind of a small storm that's passing behind you, but you seem to be north of it. Still a nice breeze today. A couple of clouds passing over, giving you a little bit of shade every now and then. But other than that, it's pretty nice weather today. So you guys continue on. Kerr, if you want to make one more perception check for the final 2 hours of your guys' trip for the first day.
For sure. 12.
You see some birds. One might be a falcon.
Okay. I don't think it worked out quite as good as I had hoped. I'll try again tomorrow.
So you guys reach about 8 hours of travel itself. You're kind of keeping an eye out. You'll notice the horses seem to be kind of slowing down just a little bit, maybe a little tired at this point. Silver just kind of tosses his head around and looks back in your direction.
Okay. Does it look like it's a good time for like calling a camp?
I mean, you're still probably you're getting close to like dinner time or evening time. So, I mean, the sun's still up in the sky, but I mean, you're not. The horses may keep going or they may not.
All right.
They seem ready to stop.
Do you think you guys could keep going just a little while longer?
Make a persuasion check. You're using your animal speech or whatever. So
13.
and they just kind of keep moving forward a little bit.
Thank you. Thank
Man.
you.
You're good at that.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm not hitting them with the reins.
That's a good point.
Yep.
You
Me
get
and horses.
you get about 1 extra hour out of them.
Okay. And then I'll be like, okay, let's call it for the evening.
Okay.
And I'll have Silver and Milky pull off the road.
All right. Go ahead and make a quick survival check as you survey the scene, just seeing if you have any good like camp spots, basically. 21.
21.
All right. So you take a quick gander around the area, find a small creek bed that's not too far away. That looks like the horses could get some drinks from if they want, as well as if you guys want to get water that way, it's certainly available. There is some tree cover if you wanted to try to camp underneath those. So
I'll
seems
cast
like
Druidcraft and see what the weather's going to be like tonight.
okay. You get the sensation of overcast, cooling down. Seems like there's some colder weather kind of coming in. Not like cold, but tonight could be a little bit cooler than what it has been in the past.
Okay. I'll let everyone know that we might want to either sleep in the carts or set up a shelter.
Sounds good.
Okay. All right. So you guys set up camp? Are you guys setting up a shelter? Are you guys going to use, does anybody have tents that they're going to use? Or using the covered wagons?
I'm gonna use
I
the
will
wagon.
sleep in the wagon.
Okay.
Yep.
There is some limited space in there just due to the crates. I mean, you can probably reorganize them, maybe stack them a little bit more to again to give yourselves more room. Um, you probably fit 2 people in each wagon if you want to sleep inside of it.
I'll set up a lean-to so I'm not taking up
Okay.
wagon space.
All right, so 2 of you guys in the second wagon if you want, and 2 in the front wagon. Okay.
Sounds good.
I'm gonna look for where the shackles are they put with,
Okay.
just to make sure I know what crate those are in.
Okay. I mean, you would have. I don't know if you would have heard necessarily since he's kind of whispering up to Kovac, but you can go ahead and make an investigation check across the wagons. Which one do you want to start with?
The first one.
Okay. All right. You look through here. You look through the different crates. I mean, you know the size of manacles. About how big of a crate you would need for 10 of them. The ones that are in the back of this wagon are probably too big for manacles, but you take a look through all of them and you don't see anything.
Okay. I'll put the boxes back and go to the second wagon.
Okay. Go ahead and make your investigation check there. 10. You don't really spot anything on this one either. And Curry, you notice he's kind of searching around everything with some intent. So, which wagon are you going to sleep in, Kovac?
The same one I've been riding in.
Okay, so second one. All right, so you're kind of repositioning things, and Rith is coming through, just kind of ramshackling through things, looking for opening up crates. And
What do you need, Rith?
Looking for manticles.
Oh, I'll point at the crate.
he points at his seat where he was sitting, and you go back up there and look underneath, and yeah, there's a small crate there.
Okay.
Open it up, and there's 10 sets of manacles.
Perfect. I shut it. That's it. I just
All
want
right.
to know where they were.
Yep. All right. How are you guys doing watches for the night?
I'll do first.
Okay.
Actually, how dark would it be during the first watch?
Depends on how long you guys are staying up and how early you
True.
want to start.
True. I would do it. I guess I would do one of the middles because it's going to be the darkest.
Yeah,
I'll do
because
first watch.
right now
Oh.
you guys are sitting at about, I mean, after setting up camp, building your little lean-to, which probably takes you about an hour or so, maybe sitting around 8-ish at this point.
Yeah,
So you'd be going to bed a little bit earlier than normal, probably.
yeah, I'll do one of the middle ones because it'll be the darkest time.
Okay. So third watch would probably put you at the darkest point.
Okay.
I'll do first watch.
Okay. Rith, did you say you were doing first as well?
Yeah, I can do first as well.
Okay. And Kovac?
So there are 3 people on first?
2.
2.
Rowan has third, and then you have 2 on first.
Sounds like a joke.
Right? I don't know.
Yeah. Abbott and Costello.
Kerr, where did you want to situate yourself?
I will take last.
Okay.
Well, I guess I'll stay up the first 2 then.
Okay. All right. So first watch comes around. Go ahead and make a perception check, the 3 that are up. Assuming you're all paying attention.
I won't pay attention the first.
Okay. Just reading or
I'll read. Yeah.
Okay. All right. 15 and 12. So it's pretty quiet at this point. As you guys are kind of taking your watch, it's the sun's kind of set. There's kind of pinkish purplish rays still on the horizon, giving you a very small amount of light. So it's getting pretty dark. Did you guys have a fire going tonight?
Yeah, it'd be super easy to set one up.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you have a fire going. Um, are you taking watch from the wagons, or are you taking it outside where you can see a little bit easier?
I would have been off the wagon.
Okay.
I would be on the wagon.
Okay. So, Rith, you're nice and warm next to the fire because it's pretty good. Lilith, a little bit chillier. You can feel the temperature starting to decrease. There's still some heat from the day, but the wind that's starting to come through, the breeze, it's definitely blowing colder. So you're kind of pulling, your whatever blanket you have a little bit closer to you to keep some of your body heat in. But how about Kovac? Staying on your wagon while you're reading, or
For the first watch, I will. Yep.
okay? You can feel it blowing a little bit colder too, but that's not really as much of an issue for you necessarily, given
Sure.
your normal residence. So um, it's still getting chillier. Definitely notice it. So, but other than that, I mean, your guys' evening watch passes by pretty uneventfully. And then the two of you can head off to your sleeping bags or whatever you're sleeping in.
Alright.
So second watch will come up for you, Kovac.
Okay.
All right. If you're paying attention during this one, go ahead and make a perception check. 13. All right. It's definitely darker during this particular watch itself as you're kind of approaching midnight near the middle of it. So, but other than that, you don't see anything. There's animal sounds all around you. Briefly think you hear the caw of a blackish bird in the distance, but can't really perceive where it is or anything like that. But sounds familiar. Other than that, uneventful. So third watch for Rowan. Go ahead and make your perception check. Yeah, you're past couple times you've been up having watches, you're pretty sure nothing's happened, and you're so good at this. You're so good. So your keen eyes don't spot anything or hear anything at night. It's perfectly peaceful out, aside from the chill. That's about all there is. Getting a bit cold.
Okay.
So, but other than that, uneventful. So
We'll go over and slap Kerr. It's your turn.
Ah,
Are you awake?
okay, I'm awake.
Then
I'm good.
Then I crawl in the wagon, and since it's colder, I grab one of Rith's arms and pull it over me and make myself the little spoon.
Oh boy.
all right. Kerr, your perception check there.
Okay. I mean, I would cast Dark Vision, but it's not worth it. So,
Oh,
21.
21. All right. Your watch goes by uneventfully. Although you do notice like a you do notice an outline of a shape on like a lower branch of a tree that's nearby. You can barely just make it out because of the light coming off of the fire.
Okay.
But it's a small raptor like bird. It's just kind of perched there. You can kind of see it kind of tucked into itself, sleeping, looks like. Hasn't moved the entire time you've been looking at it. But yeah, it's a small bird of prey. Just kind of sitting there.
Okay. I'll pull some meat out of the barrel, and I'll wait for everyone to stir and it to wake up. See
Okay.
if I can't. Can't do anything with it.
All
Yeah.
right. So dawn comes around. Most of you guys that are waking up around that time and as normal. Rith, you have a sleeping companion there next to you.
Eh,
As you're waking up. So it's warmer. I mean, that's for sure. So but rays of light are starting to kind of come up over the horizon as you guys are awoken by the dawn. Kerr, you take a look and yeah, it's a bird, brownish, kind of reddish feathers. Looks like a falcon. Take a closer look and it looks familiar. This is dawn comes up, it kind of rustles its feathers and mm, like notices you kind of looking at it and tilts its head.
I'll approach and offer it the meat.
It will kind of hop down its branch and um, kind of flutter down to a lower one where it can reach and
Uh, is it all right if I cast a spell on you? It would make conversation a bit easier.
it just kind of looks at you strange for a moment. Like it's confused by some of your words. But you say conversation easier and it goes,
All right. I will cast Beast Bond.
okay. What does that do?
Uh, you establish a telepathic link with one beast that you touch that is friendly or charmed by you. The spell fails if it has an intelligence of 4 or higher. Until the spell ends, the link is active while you and the beast are within a line of sight of each other. Through the link, the beast can understand your message, your telepathic messages, and can telepathically communicate simple emotions and concepts back.
Okay. You said if it has an intelligence of 4 or higher?
Yep.
Okay. Definitely does not. So, all right. And how long does the spell last?
Just 10 minutes, and it's
Okay.
concentration.
Oh, okay. So, it allows you to just telepathically communicate, you said?
Uh-huh.
Okay. So, you reach up and like touch it and you feel the spell take hold.
And I'll be like, "Can you hear me?"
Yes. Yes.
Awesome. Uh, so like I said yesterday, my name's Kerr. Uh, you are?
Mm.
Fair.
Just kind of looks at you strange, like it doesn't really know how to answer your question because concept of names are not really known to it.
That's fair. That's fair. Would you mind if I called you Trevarin?
Mm. No.
Cool. That was my dad. It was my dad's name. So, Trevarin, I'm looking for a partner. Uh, kind of like, well, you.
I am getting replaced.
My the area where I'm from, falconry was kind of popular, and I've never been particularly good at that, but I have developed magic to assist. And I was wondering if you would mind helping me with like hunting rabbits and squirrels and stuff like that, maybe occasionally delivering messages. And
Food
I, of
for me?
course, oh, of course,
Yes, I can.
awesome. Uh, we'll do it for like a trial basis. That way you're not stuck, and occasionally we'll do this and maybe get to know each other a little better.
Sounds good.
Awesome. Well, uh, we have 10 minutes. That's not particularly long amount of time, but
How
yeah.
long minute?
Uh, okay. Start now, and then I'll count out 60 seconds and I'll say stop now. That's a minute.
Oh, long time.
It can be.
Where are you going?
Uh, there is a place up north that people like me call Knowles Pass. Apparently, there are people attacking wagons like this and taking things.
What north?
And I'll just point like that way.
Cold.
Yep, it can be.
Kind of shakes back down into itself. Okay.
I mean, you're not required to come now, but I would like to pick this up on the way back when I return.
10 minutes?
Uh, no, it'll be several sunrises and sunsets.
Oh, long time.
Yeah,
Meet here?
sure can.
Rabbits north too?
Uh, I'm going to go with yes. I seem to recall a lot of rabbits during my childhood.
Right thing warm.
Yes, and I can make fire, and I'll point at like the remaining like burning embers, and like that's pretty warm too. So
Go north a little bit.
okay, just uh, let me know when you're going to turn back.
Okay.
Okay.
10 minutes.
Yes. All right. And I'll turn and I'll smile at Rowan and I'll point.
Hey, you should call him Sam.
Sure. Sure.
Intelligence of 2. It's kind of hard to get some concepts with them. All right. So it will kind of preens itself a little bit and then ends up like flying over towards the wagon and just perches on the back of the bench where you were sitting,
Oh.
like in between where you and Rowan would be.
What is going on with this bird?
I'm talking to it.
Oh,
That's it.
okay.
I mean, I talked to it on the way up and he apparently stuck around, so picked up the conversation.
Okay. I didn't know, so I just figured I'd ask. I knew it was following us because it looked, you know, I saw it come close to the wagon, yesterday. So,
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
So you guys are getting ready to travel north again?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Backing up camp? All right.
10 minutes.
10
Yep.
minutes.
10 minutes.
Is he still on the wagon when we get on there?
Yeah.
I try to pet him.
All right. Make an animal handling check.
I tried really
Oh,
hard.
I rolled really low, so he just kind of like hops away from you.
Oh,
I don't think he's ready for pets yet.
okay.
Travar kind
Sorry.
of just looks back at you, Kerr, looks at him.
He likes you.
Are you sure?
I was talking to.
Oh, my bad.
Or just kind of pokes his head a little bit forward, back, forward.
I do the same thing.
I gotta be honest. I have no idea how to interpret this.
I think I'm talking to it.
Yeah, it seems fair.
He tried to grab me.
No, he just wanted to touch you
Why?
to see if you're soft.
Hops down to the middle again a little bit, just kind of looks at you,
If it's
Leans
okay
his
with
head-
you, I mean,
leans
if
his
it's
head forward
not,
a little bit towards you, Rowan.
yeah, give it a shot.
Scratch, 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 scratch.
Get done and shakes, just kind of stands upright again.
I'll think and say, so what did you think?
Not bad.
I think he likes me.
Nice.
It's gonna be my bird before you know it.
It's entirely possible. I am kind of shite at this.
Yeah, I'm so good at it. 4s.
That's the second time. Yeah, both times. Yeah. So, all right. So you guys are getting set and to ready to travel north again, right?
Yes.
Okay. So we'll go ahead and stop it there and pick up the start of the second day of travel north. You guys covered about, let's see, 3, 8, 4, about 30. I mean, Kerr, you're a pretty good judge of distance, but you're pretty sure that you went about 50% further than about half as far as you can go, and then another half as you guys do walking.
Okay.
So based on the general speed, they told you 2 days. You'll probably get there before the end of your second day of travel, based on what they were telling you. So I feel like you're a pretty good distance. Especially based on the map and kind of what you could judge from it. You think you're a little over halfway there.
Okay.
So, but yeah, we'll pick up there next time. May or may not have a New Year's Eve game night, so stay tuned to Facebook. Follow us there. If you don't, yeah, we'll keep everybody posted, and if we won't, but have a Merry Christmas and or Happy Hanukkah. That's your persuasion, Ramadan, whatever. If you like Kwanzaa, sure, go for that too. Whatever. Just have a happy one. And we'll see you guys next time. See you later.
See ya.
Later.
Happy holidays.